Do you trust yourself? I mean, really trust yourself? Or do you find yourself struggling with day to day decisions, especially if you feel like they're big decisions, like those countertops in the kitchen or that new car? And you're constantly going back and forth about your own decisions. It can be debilitating if you don't trust yourself. And this is a pattern that I'm seeing with people, but they're not understanding that the challenge that they're faced with is that they just don't trust themselves anymore. And I'm going to tell you why, because they've made mistakes in the past. Have you made mistakes in the past? Because Lord knows I have. Whoppers, enchilada supreme mistakes. But here's the thing, that's okay. That's called life. Everybody makes mistakes. And even though you made that mistake, and even though you feel like that was a really big mistake and I could never understand, I'm telling you right now, I have had, everybody does. Every single person you know, every single person you see has made huge mistakes, but we've got to find a way to come back to trusting ourselves and means trusting our intuition. Why is that so important? And where does our intuition even come from? As women, we're constantly told that trusting our intuition is really important for our own safety, right? If you hear a little voice in your head that says, I'm not sure why, but I need to leave this space now. I don't feel safe here. I'm going to cross the street. I'm going to close my car door and lock it. I'm going to leave this event, this party. I'm going to call my friend and let them know where I am. If you're a woman, we've all been there. And guys, if you're listening to me and you're thinking, how can that be true? It's true because we are often in danger. That's why it's true. And our subconscious is noticing things that we're not noticing. It's noticing cues that we're not noticing, but we know our subconscious is giving us that message. Maybe you're talking to someone and you have a bad feeling about them, but you don't want to hurt their feelings. And now, I hope in 2024, we're learning, just say, I hate to go, but I got to go right now because I just got an urgent phone call. I've got to stay on the phone with my friend. She's not feeling well, and I need to make sure she gets the help she needs. So good to see you. Talk to you later. Goodbye. Right? You've got to listen to that subconscious feeling. Sometimes it's the result of past experiences, right? I've been here before, and I know this is similar. And I want you to think about this not just in terms of safety, but how many times have you made good decisions about jobs, raising your children, your faith, your friendships, your lifestyle, decorating your home, your wardrobe, your makeup, your hair, your life, your business, your finances, whatever it is, you've made 1 million excellent decisions, but you are beating yourself up over 3 bad decisions, 2 little ones and 1 big one, maybe. Instead of saying, on the whole, I'm a freaking genius. I'm doing great, which I bet you are. But if you don't trust yourself, you're undermining your happiness, you're undermining your productivity, you're undermining your decision making, and it feels completely out of alignment because your emotional intelligence is also yelling at you. So, between your subconscious, your past experience, and your emotional intelligence, that's our intuition. That's what we need to trust. And if any of those things have been abused or you haven't worked through past challenges, that might be why you're not trusting yourself. And therapy is a rock star place to dig into that. I continue to do it and it is invaluable in my opinion. Coaching is a good place to get into that if the areas that you're finding yourself productively procrastinating are about your income or about what offer you could put out there or about how you can help people, what you want to do with a business. If you're not trusting your intuition, you're not making a decision and moving. You're saying, well, maybe it's this. No, wait, maybe it's that. No, wait, maybe it's this. You've got to trust your intuition and stick it and move forward because action is what's going to give you the actual information you need to adjust, to really hone in, to make that business successful. So if you're a woman listening to me who doesn't trust yourself, who's having trouble in business, that's a big reason why. Why is it so important? Well, the first thing is that your intuition will guide you in ways that your logic will not. Logically, you may look at a situation and go, this just makes sense. I mean, it's a no-brainer. It's a yes for sure. But something about your intuition says, I don't know what it is. It doesn't feel right. I'll give you an example. We made an offer on a home in Florida last year. As you know, my husband and I live in Virginia and we spend a lot of time in Florida and want to get a home there. And we made an offer on a home and we told them all our requirements for the offer. And we didn't hear anything for 2 weeks. If you've ever bought a home, you know that is absolutely heartrending, right? You're just like so excited and nervous, and then nothing. We hear nothing. And then we got a creepy message back through our realtor that said, the guy says he's been watching you. And I was like, that's all I need to know. You did not respond in a timely manner. You were not professional in a professional relationship. You are trying to sell a home that you have flipped. So I know you have carrying costs and you've been watching us. No, thank you, boo boo. Bye bye. And we did not buy that house because our intuition told us this person was not trustworthy. And because the home was a flip, it was like, if they're being weird about this, God knows where they cut corners. God knows what they did. But it was just our intuition that saved us. That home sold for $31,000 less 4 months later. Woo, my intuition, my husband's intuition. Yes, thank you, thank you. Right? But it logically, it looked fantastic. But someone else's behavior triggered our intuition to go, I don't know about that. The second thing is by trusting yourself, you're going to build confidence. I want you to start thinking, where am I making good decisions? Watch yourself make good decisions and give yourself credit for that because you sure are good at taking credit away. You sure are good at giving yourself a talking to when you make a slight error. Maybe you got a speeding ticket. Welcome to the club. It happens. But if you beat yourself up over it, oh, I can't believe I did that. I'm so stupid. That's horrible. Don't talk to my friend like that. You are my friend. You can say, well, that was not my best moment or my best judgment, but I will pay my fee and move along with my life. I'll tell you what, I did do great. I did great at the event I was actually rushing to that I did for my friend, and now they had a wonderful day. Or I did great with my kids because look how good they are doing right now. I did fantastic with this meal. This is the most delicious meal. I just closed $1 million business deal. I am rocking life. I just created my first baby offer for $7. I'm so proud. I want you to fill in the blank with what you've done that you're proud of, because by trusting yourself, you build confidence. But you got to start giving yourself credit on both sides of the board. You can't keep beating yourself up for what you did wrong if you're not giving yourself kudos for what you did right. The other thing is that it's going to make your choices feel authentic. This is critical. And this is where I'm seeing most people get stuck. You know, for me, the way I coach people is we work to identify your core values. And this is not easy. People are like, oh, yeah, my values are, wait a minute. I mean, I like my family. That's not a value, right? You may value your family. What is the value behind that? Belonging, stability, what is the actual value you care about there? And if you know what your values are and you create frameworks within your life to support those values and then systems to implement what you need to do to support those values, you're going to be unstoppable. But if you don't trust yourself, all of that comes to a screeching halt because your choices don't feel authentic, right? You're just doing something a coach told you to do, and man, you hate it. You are loath to do it. You know you're supposed to reach out to 5 people a day and say, "Hey girl, hey, have you seen the latest fan that's blowing? It makes everybody happy and cool." And inside you're cringing and thinking, "I can't believe I just did that." But my friend says she's doing it and she's making $10,000 a month. And my family really needs to earn money right now. I've got to contribute in some way. I've got to do it. But you hate it. You're out of alignment, my friend. And you've got to switch gears. You've got to identify those values. You got to set up those frameworks and you got to get everyday systems in place so that you're not doing that anymore, but you're doing something that feels so good to you. You can't stop because you know you're called to it. You're making decisions that feel absolutely in alignment with who you are and what you value, not what you think other people care about. And that is transformative. A lot of the times where we get stuck on this one issue is we are so busy thinking, well, what is the right answer? What does society want me to say here? How can I speak about this in a way that'll make other people see me, respect me, care about me, and support what I'm doing? Uh-uh. It doesn't work like that. You need to think about what you care about. Maybe the most important thing to you in the world is travel, and travel is what you want to do. So you're going to identify what value travel holds for you. Maybe it's exploration, maybe it's getting to meet different cultures, maybe it's the opportunity to get out of your own shell, whatever you're doing it for. And then whatever decisions you make to support your goal of traveling are going to feel so good to you. But as long as you're just thinking, I want to impress people and travel so people see how impressive I am, it's going to feel horrible because nobody cares. You don't care, right? We need to be in alignment with ourselves. It's also important because we all face uncertainties from time to time, whatever it may be. And if you are confident in your own intuition, if you trust your gut, if you are confident in your abilities, if you trust yourself, it's going to strengthen your ability to navigate those difficult uncertainties. Because I'm telling you, if you haven't faced one yet, it's coming, right? We all face situations where we're thinking, what's the right thing to do? And I'm going to encourage you to know that there are many right things to do in almost any situation. It's picking what's right at the moment and moving forward with it. And the way you're going to know what's right is by trusting yourself and by trusting your intuition. And if you're hearing the sound of my voice right now and you're thinking, I'm completely out of alignment. This is not working for me. I want to encourage you to make the change. Do something that feels more in alignment while you're keeping that goal sharp in your mind, right? It can't be my family needs me to bring home 500 extra dollars a month and work is out of alignment with how I want to value life. It has to be I value the security and the stability of my family. I value financial strength because I know it feeds that stability and security. And so I'm going to find a way to help contribute that $500. And I'm not going to care what anybody else thinks if I do it by transcribing things, if I do it by working at the local library, I don't care how other people see me. The way I see me is magic. And when you make that shift, you're going to feel 100 pounds lighter because you've been hauling a really long time. And I respect you. I know you're trying hard. But if you're out of alignment and you don't trust yourself, you're going to stay stuck, my friend. So let's hear it. Shout out below. What are you going to do? How are you going to increase the trust in yourself? And do you trust yourself? Let's have a conversation. I'm so grateful you're here. I love you so much. I absolutely love meeting you guys when I get to see you when I'm out and about. So I hope I get to see you sometime this week, and I can't wait to see you back here